News that's breaking in right now. Here's another story of the growing intolerance in our country. A 50-year-old man was lynched to death by a mob of 100 and his son was grievously injured. Their fault, they dared to eat beef. This instance there coming in from Dadri in Uttar Pradesh. Take a look at those visuals of the violence that followed. This is barely 45 kilometers away from the national capital, Delhi. MD Akhlaq and his son were thrashed by the villagers after an announcement at the temple that they were eating beef at home. After Akhlaq was murdered, the police arrested 6 people, but this led to widespread protests in Uttar Pradesh, where the police had to resort to firing to control the angry mob. Let's go across to my colleague Supriya joining us with further details. This is turning out to be very dangerous. We are playing with communal fire, isn't it? The entire talk of beef ban in the country today, we are looking at instances of violence that are coming in from Uttar Pradesh where this ban is concerned. Supriya.
Absolutely, yes, Akshay. And now what the information is coming out is also very shocking. The daughter of the man who was mercilessly beaten to death is claiming that it was mutton which was kept in the fridge and not beef. And the samples of that particular non-vegetarian article has been taken by the police. They have taken it to a forensic lab to test it. What we are also hearing is this, that there was a local temple from which the announcement was made, and a sort of a rumor was spread across this Bisra village, which is 45 kilometers away from Delhi and falls in the Dadri district, where approximately 100 people gathered near the house of this 50-year-old man. They mercilessly beaten him to death, and at the same time his son was also beaten, and he's now in a critical condition in a local hospital. As far as the entire episode is concerned, the opposition has hit back at the ruling establishment.
Okay, we'll come to the politics there in just a moment, Supriya, because let's just talk about this incident a little more. We do have with us over the phone line Dr. Vikram Singh, former DGP of UP, joining us. Morning, Dr. Singh. Your thoughts on what we are tracking. This is 45 kilometers away from Delhi in Dadri. Apparently, there was a family who was consuming beef and there was a call given at a temple. 100-odd people went and attacked the family, led to the murder of one and grievously injuring the son of the man who has been murdered. Okay, we've lost that phone call. We'll try and connect with Dr. Singh in just a moment. But let's just go back to Supriya. Supriya, first up, tell us about the action that the police has really taken. There were about 100 people you're reporting who went to the residence of this man who's been killed, and they've arrested only 6 people.
Absolutely, yes, Akshay. This is what the information is coming, that only 6 people were arrested. The main perpetrators, the main culprits who might have hatched this entire plot, who had, were given a call that they should, the other people should go and attack, are still yet to be nabbed. What we are hearing from the ground zero is this, that the police is saying that further action will be taken only after the samples, the report comes of that entire non-vegetarian article which was there, whether it was meat, mutton, whether it was beef. The family is claiming it was mutton, there was no beef, no cow was slaughtered in the area.
Okay, so there is a possibility this man could have been killed altogether, not for beef, but perhaps mutton in the refrigerator. Stay with us, Supriya, just stay with us. Let's bring in Ms. Rita Bahuguna Joshi, senior leader of the Congress, joining us from UP. Ms. Rita Bahuguna Joshi, your thoughts on this growing intolerance there in Uttar Pradesh. We believe a man has been murdered on accounts of him consuming beef in Dadri, just about 45 kilometers away from national capital.
So you see the growth of fringe groups, especially the RSS, has really vitiated the atmosphere in UP, and a lot of suspicion, doubt, and rivalry amongst communities is surfacing with every day. It's increasing, and this is such a sordid and horrid news. It should be investigated immediately. What is the cause of this incident and why this lynching has happened? Because another lynching has taken place probably in Azamgarh, somewhere in UP. So, I mean, these people are taking law into their own hands, and mobs are lynching people in the name of religion or sect. This is very dangerous, and the government of UP should immediately act, and I think the BJP needs to trust that. When the Prime Minister talks about Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, how is it that this atmosphere is becoming so dominant in UP and, creating caste and communal feelings?
Well, stay with us, ma'am, over the phone line. Let me also pull in Dr. Vikram Singh, former DGP UP, joining us on the phone line. Dr. Singh, do you see this as a case of lawlessness in UP, or do you see this case as a provocation there? Because we believe this man has been killed by a mob of at least 100 on the pretext of him actually consuming beef in UP, this growing intolerance that we can see in Uttar Pradesh today. Your thoughts?
This is extremely outrageous and scandalous, to say the least. Are police just silent spectators to what is happening underneath? Are they not accountable to the fact that they are accountable to the Constitution and protect the lives and property of everyone? They unleashed a furious mob, a lawless mob on helpless citizens. And I think the SSP and the senior officers are accountable more than the junior officers who were just silent spectators.
Okay, what's also more shocking is Dr. saying that we are learning about 100 people attacked this home, out of which only 6 have been arrested. That's, of course, raising questions on the kind of action there by the police at UP. If you can stay with us on the phone line, Dr. Singh, more reactions coming in. We have Majid Memon, senior member of the NCP, joining us over the phone line. Morning, Mr. Memon. Your thoughts of how dangerous this trend of beef ban, this entire talk of banning of beef is now getting in the country. Height of intolerance there being noted, where a man today has been killed apparently for consuming beef in Uttar Pradesh. Mr. Memon.
Well, this is extremely reprehensible, regrettable, deplorable, and it is only reflecting chaotic society, and people not hesitating to take law in their own hands would only mean the total breakdown of administration and the fear of law. You see, this kind of mass public punishment is only defeating our entire all efforts to build up a strong democracy governed by rule of law. This is very sad, and each and every person who is responsible for this, whatever wrong that man may have done it,
Right.
if he has done some breach of law, if he has offended, he should be put to process of law.
No, but Mr. Memon, the question actually being, how is this a breach of law if he's consumed beef? That's the,
No,
even because
that's
apparently now,
question.
Mr. Memon, let me inform you, apparently now news is coming in that there is a possibility he actually did not consume beef. It could just be a case of inciting violence against him, and the family says there was not beef but meat in the family fridge.
No, see, it is hardly relevant
Yes.
whether he had committed a small crime or a big crime or had committed no crime. If he was, whether he was innocent, whether he was partly guilty, whether he was wholly guilty, whether he was guilty of a serious charge, are all matters to be decided by due process of law.
Right.
Police or people, for that matter, even policemen who in uniform, are not supposed to become judges
Yes.
and deliver judgments and inflict punishments, which is what has happened. It is very sad. I am afraid the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister, as also the centre, would take a serious note of growing instances of this type.
Right.
It's only a matter of shame and disgrace
Absolutely.
for
Absolutely.
all those who believe in rule of law and who believe in peace in society.
Appreciate you joining us, Mr. Memon. Dr. Vikram Singh, I'm coming back to you, sir. Please stay with us. We'll talk about the police action as well. We have some more political voices coming in. Here's the JDU responding to this.
This is the principal slogan of Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas of the Prime Minister is being implemented in this way while singling out one large section of the society from the mainstream course.
The Congress, the JDU all condemning this particular incident. But Dr. Singh, if you're still with us, I appreciate you joining us on the phone line again. Your thoughts on the action of the police. Like we've been reporting, there are close to 100 people who were involved in this incident, but the police has managed to only arrest 6 people so far.
There is no police action. And the mere arrest of 6 persons goes to show that it's just indulging in cosmetics. They are not serious about the issue, and they seem to be silently condoning what seems to have happened, unfortunately. The SSP would come down heavily, like a ton of bricks on all the perpetrators. Otherwise, he has a bigger problem at hand in the next few days.
So this is now turning out to be a problem not just of growing intolerance, but Dr. Singh, looking at the police in action in this case also shows that the police are not doing what they're meant to do, protect the civilians of the state. Incapable of doing this.
Look at the location of this crime. This is in the NCR area.
Yes.
It is not in the middle of nowhere. The people there have a lot of work at hand. But if the police choose to look the other way, in fact, it is a silent signal for a free-for-all. And this is exactly how things have turned out. That it was a free-for-all and 100 people unleashed their, I would not say anger, but their superstitions on the poor family.
Yes, who do you hold accountable, Dr. Singh, with what's happening with the UP police? Is it just about the police head, or is it actually about the political class as well that needs to be a little more proactive where the police is concerned?
Everybody needs to be proactive. The politicians have demoralized the police completely. The new SSP has just taken over in the last 6 or 7 days. And the poor chap must be pretty demoralized. If he takes action, he gets punished. If he doesn't take action, even then, he faces the music.
Okay, we appreciate you joining us, Dr. Singh. Thanks very much for your comments.